Imagine sitting in an exam hall, the clock ticking loudly in the background, and staring at a question you studied just last night. But no matter how hard you try, your mind is a complete blank. It's a frustrating, sinking feeling. And here is the scary part. Research shows that our brains naturally dump about 70% of what we learn within just 24 hours. It isn't because you aren't smart, and it isn't because you're lazy. It's simply how the human brain is wired. It treats most information like background noise, like an ad you skip without thinking. But there is a group of people who seem to have hacked this system. In Japan, students master thousands of complex characters and high-level concepts, and they remember them for a lifetime. So what's their secret? Are they born with super brains? Not at all. The difference is that they don't study harder, they study smarter. Most of us were taught to highlight books and reread notes, methods that feel like they're working, but are actually like trying to fill a leaking bucket with water. Today, you're going to learn the 5 specific methods used in Japan that will stop the leak and help you remember anything effortlessly. The first method is the engine of high-performance learning, active recall. Most students try to put information into their brains by reading or watching videos, but real learning doesn't happen when you put information in. It happens when you try to pull it out. Think of your brain like a muscle. When you lift weights, the muscle grows because of the resistance. Active recall is the resistance training for your mind. Instead of reading your notes over and over, you need to close the book. Take a blank sheet of paper and try to write down everything you remember about the topic from memory. It will feel difficult. You might even feel a bit of mental pain. But that struggle is exactly where the learning happens. While others are passively reading and forgetting, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways in your brain. The second method is the Kumon method, and it's about building a foundation. In schools across Japan, the Kumon philosophy is king. Think of learning like building a skyscraper. You can't build the 50th floor until the foundation is solid. Most people try to cram a ton of information at once, which is like trying to build a tower out of wet sand. The Kumon's secret is small daily pieces. They believe in doing just 15 to 20 minutes of a subject every single day without fail. Even James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, proves this. A tiny 1% improvement every day makes you 37 times better by the end of the year. This isn't about doing a lot, it's about doing a little so well that it becomes a permanent part of your knowledge base. The third technique is spaced repetition, the ultimate cure for the forgetting curve. If you study something once, your brain assumes it's a one-time event and deletes it to save space. Spaced repetition is like watering a plant. You don't pour 10 gallons of water on a plant once a year. You give it a little bit every few days. To use this, you revisit the information right before you're about to forget it. Review it after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week, then a month. Each time you remind your brain, the memory becomes more permanent. Japanese students don't pull all-nighters because they don't need to. They've already signaled to their brain that this information is vital for survival. The fourth method is the philosophy of Kaizen. Kaizen means change for the better, or continuous improvement. In the West, we often think we need to study for 5 hours to be productive. Kaizen says that's a lie. You don't need hours, you need focus. In fact, you can become significantly smarter with just 6 minutes a day if you use the 2-2-2 rule. Spend 2 minutes on active recall, 2 minutes on spaced repetition, and 2 minutes on focused practice. That's it. By lowering the barrier to entry, you eliminate procrastination. It's much easier to convince your brain to work for 6 minutes than for 2 hours. Over a month, these 6-minute bursts add up to a level of mastery that most people will never achieve. The final method is Shuchu-ryu, or the power of concentration rituals. In Japan, focus is treated with deep respect. Many students use small rituals to trigger their brain into a state of deep work. This might be lighting a specific candle, sitting in the exact same spot, or even using a specific pen that is only for studying. These aren't just superstitions, they are psychological anchors.
When you perform these rituals, you're sending a signal to your nervous system, it's time to learn. This shuts down the part of your brain that wants to check your phone or get distracted. When you achieve shuchu, or total concentration, your brain absorbs information 10 times faster than when you're distracted. The top 1% of learners in the world aren't gifted. They simply have better systems. You don't have to change your entire life today. Just pick one of these 5 techniques and try it right now. You'll be surprised at how much easier it becomes to remember the things that actually matter. Remember, big changes don't come from giant leaps. They come from the small steps you take every single day. Now it's your turn. Which of these Japanese secrets are you going to use first?